I accept your proposal. Well, okay, we're 11. We probably shouldn't get married, but... Oh, Mars is gonna be so mad. Bonjour, mon petit papillons. It's your Butterfly Bay here, and welcome back to the Wholesome Gaming Channel. Today we are jumping back into I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, where it is our second year on Vertumna, and absolutely nothing bad could possibly happen. None of my friends will die, and we're gonna have a great life. So let's get into it. Okay. So I don't remember what happened. Oh, right. We got attacked. And I had to save my family and Cal, who were being attacked in geoponics. And Cal has something to say about that, apparently. Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Solstice. Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry. Recalcitrance just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. I don't know what recalcitrance means, but what a cool freaking name. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. You gonna be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. I just bumped my head a little. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Solstice. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big, motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. That was precious. That had nothing to do with the attack. Were these mushroom trees always there? I love them. Oh, Uncle Tonan's still sad. He always looks like he's gonna cry, and you know what? Fair enough, me too, my guy. Does anyone else have anything new to say to me? You don't see Dis at first, but you hear rustling followed by the screech of metal on metal. After a few minutes of looking, you spot Dis placing large rocks in front of a piece of corrugated metal leaning against the wall. He stops and looks at you. You didn't see anything, he says, going back to covering up his tracks. Okay. Alright. That's cool, I guess. Anemone has her mouth wide open to the sky, catching flakes of the weird snow that drifts on the sky. Tandy! She giggles. Get it? Tandy? Like tangent? That's what we used to call her. Do you remember? No. I did not gain consciousness until I turned 10. Tange furrows her brow as you approach. You again? She says. Why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress upon me your usefulness. At your blank look, Tange rolls her eyes. What I mean is, we're not friends. Well, that's gonna change. I'm gonna make you love me. If it's the last thing I do. You spot Mars tapping away on a holoscreen. She appears to be trying different clothing options on a digital doll maker. Look, Solstice, she says, showing you her work. You can look like anything you want. I always thought I would look good with, like, horns, maybe? She hums. Maybe I can ask engineering about it. You know, she could look good with horns. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but she could look good with horns. I want to do something that would give me friendship with Dis. I think all three of these are friendship with Tangent, but I'm going to do engineering. You're bringing supplies to Medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench. her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tange sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. Whoa! Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps. Like, just a couple of hours at night. Is she sick or something? You look back to Tangent snoozing peacefully. Learned Tangent augment. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Shh, just let her sleep. Tange's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. Interesting. I like that, though. I never know if I did it perfectly until I get the rainbow that says it's like amazing high score, but also So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake up early with enthusiastic shouts of, "Surprise!" A Vertumnalia year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. I do like that Solstice has a winter birthday. Like, technically this would be like a January birthday versus I'm a December baby, but it kind of makes me feel closer to the main character, if that makes sense. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad says. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. It does look funky. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find. I want to join the surveyors so bad. I want to go outside. Solstice is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. I helped. I was a hero. I saved your and Cal's life. Don't even start, your mom snaps. You should have been in the creech with the others, not putting yourself in danger for no reason. You don't get it. You know your mom wasn't a farmer back on Earth. She was a fighter, too. She's such a hypocrite. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Brett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know? Even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Ooh, I like to do new things. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom does not laugh. What, me? Never! Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. I'm a sweet, innocent princess. Look, I'm such a little angel. Do you see this face? How could this face ever possibly do anything bad? I just like to explore the sparkle snow, you know? Cal is scrubbing his hands at the water barrel, trying unsuccessfully to get all the dirt out from under his fingernails. It looks like a lost cause. Cal's hands have been dirt-stained probably since he landed here. Stupid, Cal mutters. Stupid. Ugh! He jerks his hands out of the water and holds them to his face, and you hear him sob. Why do they have to? It's not fair. We didn't do anything to them. He wipes his eyes and startles when he sees you. Oh, sorry. I didn't see there, he says. I was just, washing my hands. Well, I don't like that. Is he mad because the monsters attacked? Mars is leaning over a hollow screen, chin in hand. She exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. I hate schoolwork, she says, but my dad's told me that a good education is necessary for all people of culture, so I guess I gotta do it. She scrolls listlessly through her work with one finger. I'm doing the science parts last, though. I mean, I'd be willing to help you. I'm trying to learn science with Tange, and she doesn't seem to want to study with me, so I guess I could use a partner. I think Dis is so cute. He's a little weirdo, but I think he's adorable. Anemone holds her palms up to you excitedly. Solstice, look! Her palms are covered with a collection of scrapes and blue flaky scales. I'm getting tougher every day. You sure are, baby. You keep it up. She's so cute. Okay, wait. I want to try defense training. This is how I get combat. And animals. Why do I get animals from this? That's very strange, but I want to see. Ooh, 15. That means, yikes, I literally put myself at 0. I have to take a break next time. Yeah. You attend your first session of Secretary Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points to the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for demonstration? Huddle with Anemone for strength is a very cute option. I feel like she would appreciate it more if I do step forward, though. I don't think she would like it if I cling to her, so... The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward, and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says. I'm a manticore stalking you through the forest. What do you do? Well, since I don't know anything about... Wait, no, I know what a manticore is. I can't get away with trying to kick it. I have to run. There's a smattering of laughter among the other students, but you have to live your truth. If you see a manticore, you are out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready, we will advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons, and a few blast rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. So I got the right answer, but I didn't even get anything for it. Woo! Yeah! I'm so good at this. Nice. Although I'm about to pass out. That's okay though. I'll just take the month off, it'll be fine. Anemone is running around the sports ball pitch. Com says the most important part of defense training is knowing when to run away. She huffs as she runs past. Good thing I'm so good at running. I love Anemone so much. I know I need time off, it's fine. I want Tange to love me more though. Dis is perched up on a big rock, silently watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. Good for you, buddy. I don't know what that means. Your mom is hard at work. Are you even surprised anymore? She cares about these fields more than she cares about anything else. Oh, but I want... She clearly loves with all of her heart, though, is the thing. I need to get some organization. I want to be friends with her more. My organization is bad. It's 5 and I need 20. Okay. I think the only way to do that is by... I think doing deliveries. I have to check again. Your dad is up to his elbows in rich brown dirt. You've rarely seen him happier. Hey, Gooseberry, he says, scrunching his nose at you instead of waving. Here to give your old man a hand? I could use one. Nope, but I love you. I literally could not lift a shovel right now. Okay, I guess it's break time. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Ooh, I get a card if I don't approach anyone, but I want to approach Mars and Dis. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and... She waves her hands in front of her nose and makes a P-U gesture, then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Solstice? Oh, I don't want a bully card. Stop being so mean, Mars. You stand toe-to-toe with Mars. She glares at you, then at Dis. Ugh, fine, she says, defeated. I'm sorry, Dis, but I'm just trying to help. But I should have said it in a nicer way. Not everyone in life is going to tell you the truth, you know. Ooh. So this playing sports ball one is helpful if I have zeros, but if it's not, it drags it down. Yeah, I guess I'd rather forget that one. I wish it would let me just get rid of the zeros for now, though. Okay. Dust season. Wasn't the first of Dust Anemone's birthday? Oh wait, it's not even dust season, it's pollen season. I think I only know her birthday, and I don't know anybody else's. Cal? Oh, I know Cal's birthday. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of people I haven't met. Okay, so probably nobody has a pollen birthday then. Except for Tammy, I think, had a pollen birthday. I want to be friends with Tangent so bad. And why doesn't she like me? Anemone rolls a blobber fruit down her arm and flicks it to you with her elbow, then munches down on one of her own while she watches the construction crews work on the walls. Kinda cool, huh? She says. Soon this place is gonna look like a real colony. Pretty cool. You spot Dis arguing with someone working in expeditions. They point angrily back at the gates, and Dis slinks toward you, anger in his eyes. We're trapped here, he grumbles. I hate it. I hate it here. I know you do, buddy. It's okay. Cal is scooting an empty wheelbarrow through the gardens. Beep beep, he cheers. I'm a garden bot. Get out of my way. He pulls up beside you and laughs. Hey, Solstice, what's happening? Not much, I'm just running around right now. Dad has something to say. You meet your dad adjusting a watering bot in your mom's flower garden. Oh, I don't like his face. Something's wrong. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it has nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom at this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them. And they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. He then blows his nose loudly. I mean, I love flowers, so they do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Solstice, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. No, I already did that. See, I'm in the green. I'm not sticking to the quarters. Love you, Dad, but I got places to be. Unless you're here to work, I'm busy. Mom loves me, but she has a hard time showing it. Ooh, look, more wood. I want to get organization to have a better relationship with Mom. But I also want to get animals with Dad. That's going to take a really long time to get up, though. You know what? No, I'm going to deliver supplies. It's been a while, but it's time to attend a meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. Mars started the SFC years ago when you were little kids. Tangent and Tammy agreed to join at the time, but then you all got busy with other things and forgot about it. And then Tammy died. You meet in an unused conference room in Command, which Mars says is perfect for a secret club. Club President Mars brings the meeting to order. Tange, Vice President of Writing Down Secrets, records the meeting notes on her holopalm. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something for the club to do today. You chose making friendship bracelets and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announces, we're going to make friendship bracelets. And I have an even better idea. We're going to sell them to people for kudos. That isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. The three of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic backing straps. Your hearts aren't really in it, though. All three of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this than you. Making friendship bracelets was one of her favorite things. She was always giving them to people and didn't expect anything in return. It's eventually Mars who calls the meeting early. She takes all your misshapen bracelets and looks at them dubiously. I don't know if people will want to trade their kudos for these, but I'll do my best. I'll put the kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I don't think so, Tang tells you, but the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. I like that the girlies have a secret club, though. That is cute. Oh, that's some pretty music. I think I say that every time. The music turns so pretty with the change of the seasons. Or it's not even a change of seasons, just change of months. Mars yawns as you approach, making no attempt to hide it. It's so boring here. I just watch holovids all day and all night. Why would I bother sleeping? It's not like I need to save my energy or anything. She sighs. I wish I were in a holovid. Then maybe something interesting would happen. You know what? That's fair. I getcha. Okay, anybody else got anything to say? You spot your dad looking lovingly toward the forest. You ever think about what's out there, he muses? There could be anything. We don't even know. Your dad sighs and leans on his rake. And I'm stuck here, pushing dirt around. You and me both, Daddy-O. Cal is kicking a ball against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back toward him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. Anemone and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working in the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? I don't want to just play all the time like Anemone. Yeah, but also you're a kid. Both are valid. Anemone, on the other hand, I think it's just adorable, so I don't even care if all she wants to do is run around and play. You know, one of these days Tangent is going to have something new to say to me. And that's going to be today, because I'm going to class. What do I want to study? I don't really need the creativity, but I do kind of need the persuasion. I'm trying to even out my stats a little bit here. Today's assignment is an easy one, Hal says with a yawn. Because I was up late repairing congruence's subterminal and I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what Vertumnalia colony means to you. To me? All of my friends are here with the exception of one, but we're not gonna say that, we're just gonna say all my friends are here. You write about all your buds and the fun things you do together. When Hal wakes up from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essays to the class. Mars is annoyed that you hardly mention her. Well, you aren't really friends, so... But I still mentioned her. Hardly doesn't mean I didn't... She shouldn't be mad at me. If I had, mentioned everybody but her, that would be rude, but it doesn't say that I did that. It says I hardly mentioned her. I don't know, I feel like she, gets mad about everything, so there is that. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you, eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I bet you don't even know what day today is. You're right, I have no idea. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Val-en-tines Day. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. He's probably right. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. I feel like she has a crush on him. I mean, listen. Opposites attract. Um, Valentine's Day sounds like fun. Actually, you know what? In real life, I don't care for Valentine's Day. I think it's weird that we have turned a, a literal day in honorific of a massacre to represent love and capitalism. But also, I've never had a Valentine, and I'm not against Valentine's Day at all. So, like, the way that Mars is describing it sounds more fun. It's not about romance necessarily, it's more about showing appreciation for your friends. At the same time, I don't really want to stir the pot because I already know that nobody's going to get Mars anything if I don't do it. I don't know that I want to get Mars anything. She's been mean to me. But I'll say it sounds fun. Cal nods, clapping his hands excitedly. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Okay, no, so that's tough. Because right now, I would say with Tammy gone, Anemone and Cal are probably closer to my best friends, but I really want to get close to Tange and Dis. But also, again, I know that if I don't give her treats, there's no way that Mars is going to get them from anybody else. Maybe Tangent, but I can't see her actually, like, participating. In fact, I feel like if I give her candy, she's going to laugh at me. So I should probably choose Cal or Anemone. It would be good of me to choose Cal, because also, like, Tange was his best friend as well? I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. Okay, I'll have to think about it. Tangent is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her holopalm, where you have to match falling numbers into correct equation. She barely notices you when you come up. Okay, so I think this is me committing. Oh. Dis means empathy. That I didn't expect. You find Dis watching the jungle through a gap in the fence, kicking the dirt with his toe. He's quiet when he's... No, I did read that right. He's quiet you when you walk up. I was like, wait a minute. He's quiet when you walk up is what that should say. He must be in one of his moods. Okay. Watch with him. Alright. I have to think about this. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, I don't even have a special thing for Anemone. That's weird. Anemone is kicking a sports ball from foot to foot without letting it touch the ground. She fakes like she's going to pass it to you, then kicks it sideways and runs over to catch it before you can get there. Too slow, she giggles. Do you really want to be BFFs with this silly girl? Yes, but I'm still weighing my options. Cal is standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down the dirt on one side. He's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mudslide, he exclaims. He grabs a piece of sheet metal and slides down the dirt pile, like he's riding a surfboard. Mud goes everywhere. He jogs back up and hands you the sheet of metal. You try now. Maybe later? You have best friends to go make. You aren't sure Cal is worth getting all muddy for. I feel like he is. He's such a sweetheart, but I'm so non-committal. Actually, no, it's not. The problem is not that I'm non-committal. The problem is that I am committal, and I feel like whoever I choose right now, I have to stick by for the rest of the game, and it would be Tammy, but she's gone. Okay, Cal says, you can come back whenever and use the mudslide. I don't mind. I'll be here. I know you will. I can't choose Dad to be best friends with. That would be really funny. Okay. Mars. Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to come ask her to be their BFF, but she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's tapping her foot while kind of idly looking around at nothing. I feel bad. Mars looks hurt for a second, then says, I'm booked anyway, no room for more friends, goodbye. Ugh. She's gonna make me feel so guilty if I don't choose her. But I'm sorry. I feel like I have to choose Tange. I said I want to be friends with Tange more than anybody else. And it's not because she keeps snubbing me. I promise it's not because she doesn't like me that I want her to like me. I am a people pleaser, but really I do just think she's cute and cool, and I'm really attracted to intelligence, so there's that. Okay, logically we should be friends. You lay out the reasoning, strength in numbers, deal making as the foundation for human society, and so on. Tange pauses the game and her eyes focus on you. Best friends? That sounds so childish. But I suppose us smart kids should stick together. And it will make Mars stop asking me if I've chosen a best friend yet. Did I just break them up? She goes back to her game. I accept your proposal. Well, okay, we're 11. We probably shouldn't get married, but... Oh, Mars is gonna be so mad. Mars is at a huff. Ah, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. You chose Tange over me? She doesn't even like people. I know. What are you going to do? Be study buddies? Boring. Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Look, you could be friends with me, babe. You just have to be nicer to me. And also my boy Dis, he deserves better. Even if you do have a crush on him. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm gonna help in geoponics today. I feel like I owe my parents that. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. The dirt? Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. No, he laughs. I mean just this. I love his goofy little smile. He's so cute. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt, 'cause it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm! Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Weird. You know what that reminds me of? The Perry Grip song? I am a millipede, I am amazing. Gosh, that's so old. I'm really dating myself. But I'm about to date myself even more. Actually, my grandparents were farmers, and when we were really little, my cousins and I, they would like bring home trailers full of compost, which is so soft. It didn't even occur to us what compost was made out of at the time, so we just like play in it for hours. And then, of course, we had to be fully hosed off before we were even allowed to go inside. And then you had to shower. But like, I just remember it being so soft, and that was our thing. We just loved to lay around in the compost and like put on our swimsuits and jig through it for fun because it was the softest dirt in the world. Yeah, nobody told us that was made out of poop. But it does explain, obviously, why we had to be immediately showered. Anyway, it just made me think of that. Wait, he says, I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hand. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. I have to disagree. I hate when I look down and I see dirt under my fingernails, especially when I've just been, like, walking around doing nothing. Ugh. I got some extra kudos for that. Cool. I never know when it's only, like, one above my goal. Early dust, which means it's Anemone's birthday. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertumnalia jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep. So you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Well, good thing I just did that. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnalia dirt this week. I just miss you and Mom. Aw, Buttercup, he says, kneeling down to look at you. I'm so sorry. How about your mom and I take the day off and we have some family fun together? I mean, I love that, but your work is important. I mean, I would like that. I would. As promised, your parents leave work early for the day and spend it with you. They take you for a long walk all the way along the colony walls and have a picnic overlooking the mush tree jungle beyond. Hey, they have a tetherball! I thought we only had sports ball. But there's a tetherball back there. Dude, I rocked a tetherball when I was a kid. It's so good. Then you head back to the lounge to play a like virtual space game. An old one where the three of you play mice and you have to build things to solve puzzles together. I feel like I know what that is. Sounds like Mousetrap, but in reverse. As your parents tuck you in that night, you think this must be the best day you've had in a long time. Oh, that was sweet. Oh, I really liked that. I loved that, actually. I'm so happy. Like, I feel bad from prying them from their work, but... You spot your dad playing cards with two of the other agriculturists. You don't recognize the game, but you watch your dad throw down his hand and groan, then peel off his shirt and toss it into the pot. Are you playing strip poker in the middle of your workday? I'm literally losing my shirt over here, he says, and his two friends laugh uproariously. Your dad wipes his eyes, chuckling, then sees you. Oh, hey, Solstice, you need something? Nope, I'm good. I'll leave you to it. Cal is doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do child pose and downward dog. Ah, the two easiest posing. He flops over and lies on his back. This one is my favorite pose. Oh, the tuba stretch, where you literally just, like, starfish out on the ground. That's what we called it in band. I don't know if it has a different name. More wood. I am drowning in wood. How much do I have? 4. I have 4 pieces of wood. That's wild. And 3 0 memories. But I have a couple of 5s. And I got a couple 4s, so we're getting up there. What do you mean we're not friends? You agreed to be best friends with me, Tange. Why doesn't she like me? It's kind of really bothering me. Why doesn't she like me? Oh right, it's Anemone's birthday. I have. Ugh. I feel like she wouldn't like any of this. Maybe bobber fruit. I feel like she'd be upset if I gave her a log, but I can't imagine that she would like medicinal herbs or a crystal. And I know that Cal will probably want the fruit, and his birthday is coming up. All right, I'm gonna give her wood. I have so much of it, so we're just gonna see. I kind of feel bad, but I'm gonna give her wood. Cool, thanks. I guess it is my birthday this week. I kind of forgot. Lost collectible. Oh, okay. I was like, what did I lose from her? So, okay, maybe she doesn't actually care. Maybe they're like Animal Crossing characters where they don't absolutely despise items, they just have like favorite ones. Because I feel like she really loved the egg. But I don't actually remember. I'm really trying to make myself pretty well-rounded here, and like there are some things that I skyrocket in versus others. Like I have so much empathy and creativity and quite a bit of reasoning, but everything else is pretty low. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early as most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of blep tea. Blep tea. That does not sound yummy. Unlike my Snapple. I feel like I always have a Snapple or a cream soda when I'm playing these games. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? I mean, I love the physical feel of paper. If I had to read books on a smartwatch for the rest of my life, I think I would die. I can barely handle e-reading. Like, I like webcomics, that's different. But I like the physical feel of an actual book. But also, we don't really need to waste our resources on paper in this current economy. Neat! So nostalgic! Yes, Seek hums. Governor Udicott is quite sentimental when it comes to these things. She even signed each notice by hand. I myself have traded in my holopalm stylus for a pen. I don't think they like it. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Okay, well, in that case, if it's confidential information, it should be all digital. Nobody's gonna hack in and read your messages, but it would be really easy for, oh, let's say a curious 11-year-old to just read the paper. Just a thought. In that case, this is stupid. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperated. The governor's sending messages by paper now. Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself. And there's sensitive information in here. Of all the superfluous, technophonic, sentimental foolishness. You back quietly away. Next stop, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notices carefully with both hands. Paper? What a strange idea, and... oh, look! Governor Udicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting she has. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? Seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder? I suppose I could recycle it for craft time. Yeah, when the resource is so rare. That's a good thought. Like, what are you supposed to do with it once you're done reading the note in that case? Next up is the expedition's office. Tony meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Solstice. Could you just put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor is sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? What are we using instead of toilet paper? What are we using instead of toilet paper? I'm scared now. Do we all have, what, personal bidets? Like, what are we using if not toilet paper? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Ugh. Yeah, I guess I would scramble to pick it up. It is my job to deliver it. You shove the papers back together haphazardly, embarrassed at your own clumsiness. Oh, I need 20 organization. Well, that wouldn't have even happened because it's the only way that I can get organization. It's fine, I don't need it, but, again, yeah, like, it would have been so easy for me to have just glanced at it, you know? You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem confused they weren't sent via the holonet. You're a good girl and a good delivery person. You feel proud and important for delivering all the messages just like you were told. Nice! It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow, though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Vertumnalia just feels different, in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Eudicott's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I've always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain a megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad says Eudicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping. Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's given me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. Too bad your parents make you work for yours. Yeah, but that builds character. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Eudicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Eudicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Eudicott finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertumnalia Games. Just like this year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling. Now with an obstacle course. Which do you participate in? I did the science fair last year. Bot wrestling is kind of crazy. The talent show is more me than bot wrestling, but if it gives me red, I don't think it. Actually, I don't know. I'll do the talent show. Dis and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Mars is a shoo-in for winning with her jazzy, high-energy dance routine, so all eyes are on Dis for daring to compete against her. Dis stands on stage and clears his throat, then gestures with his arm. From his holopalm emerges a projection of a ventriloquist dummy. He sits it on his lap and launches into a comedy routine, speaking through the doll with zero filter. The judges all howl at his impression of Chief Engineer Instance, but the crowd favorite by far is Administrator Seek's thin, self-important voice coming out of the doll, imperiously demanding that not everyone can have perfect scores. They have to be rationed appropriately. Dis looks flustered by all the attention, but proud as well. He bobs in a little bow before leaving the stage to raucous applause. That's adorable. See, I knew Dis was secretly adorable. It'll be a hard act to follow. What do you do? Me, I would sing, but actually, when I was this age, I did enter a talent show and I did a magic act. And it wasn't any good, but I did do it. It was actually kind of like a comedic magic act. I do remember winning some sort of prize for it, but also my school didn't really give awards, so it was probably just like participation. Everyone is amazed by your magic act, especially the one where you pretended to cut one of the judges in half. You win as voted by audience applause. Dish just shrugs and smiles. He didn't mean to win anyway, so there's no hard feelings. Mars, on the other hand, is livid. I worked on my routine for months, she cries, and refuses to shake your hand. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Dis, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax. Much quieter than the lounge, if you're looking for some solitude. Ooh. Unlocked, relax on the walls in the garrison. Oh, that must be a way to get closer to Dis, because he's always hanging on the outskirts of the garrison. Nice. Alright, well, I've been filming for about an hour, so we will finish off this year, age 11, in the next episode. If you want to see that, please let me know down in the comments below. While you're there, you might as well like and subscribe. It's fun, it's free, you get to see more of me, and the videos can only get more interesting from here. So, without further ado, bonsoir, mon petit papillons. Bye.